everybody. How's it going today? I posted a really controversial article the last couple of days regarding the over 200-pound 8-year-old boy who was removed from his home by social services, and I find it very interesting reading everybody's comments, and I kind of wanted to give you guys my personal opinion. And again, this is only my personal opinion, but I think I come at this from a different perspective than most folks. And yeah, regarding my own weight, I was an overweight kid, but I was never anything like that. But I do have close family friends who this hit home exactly. In fact, this is what's making me actually post this video, is because I know how personal and how close this hit home. This young man right now is 17 years old. He's close to 700 pounds right now. And I think I kind of have a perspective that, really might give some good insight into this situation. First off, let me talk about the article. A few things I noticed on people's responses were social, economical issues. Rich versus poor, affordability of proper eating, nutrition, and that stuff all has its place. And I agree with a lot of those comments. But I think we have to step back a minute and really look and think, what is an 8-year-old over 200 pounds really look like? And I think if we were maybe able to put a picture with it, and I'm glad they didn't, because he's a minor and everything, but I think if you visually have seen it, experienced it, and been there, you guys might have a different opinion. So let me give you mine. A couple of things I got off the article was this mom's well educated. This mom is a substitute teacher, so she's had some college. I don't know many teachers who are, I'm not saying they're rich, but they can afford to feed their kids proper nutrition. And again, that's kind of on a topic, another subject. What I wanted to get at 8 years old, at 200 pounds, the young friend I'm talking about that I personally know, he's 17 years old. He's close to 700 pounds now. And when he was 8 years old, he was well over 200 pounds. So I know personally, I've seen the effects that this can have. And like the article, our family friend has good parents, loving family. But there's a few things I need folks to really concentrate on. One is, an 8-year-old does not do the grocery shopping. An 8-year-old does not do the cooking. An 8-year-old has no means to make income, to bring in money. Meaning, he's not doing the shopping, he's not doing the cooking. And I heard many people talk about, oh, you eating at school or whatnot. Okay, I have 2 kids in school. You only can go up one time. All right, it's not like high school where you have, choices to pick from. And even then, if you don't have the money to purchase that stuff, there's no way to get those things. All right, and again, we all have, America's filled with, obese kids, but there's a difference between being obese and that super morbidly extreme obese that this child is at. And I think that's where I'm looking at it from. Because if we put the shoe on the other foot for a minute, and let's say this child was malnourished. We take kids away from folks all the time for being malnourished. What is the difference between that and slowly killing your child? Because at 200 plus pounds, it's not just 200, it was 200 plus pounds at 8 years old. That kid is a ticking time bomb. Trust me, I know from experience. One of the first things I did when we got back from the ranch was we reached out to this family that's real close to us, and I'm happy to say that some of the family has taken on One of the brothers is down 150 pounds, and this is a family that they, 3 boys were all over, 400 pounds, maybe even 500. Okay, one has lost over 150 pounds, but the one that needs it the most, the youngest one, he's almost at the point where, I hate to say it, but it's almost too late. And at 17 years old, and as much as I love his parents, they bear that responsibility. They're going to have to live with themselves on the results of what's potentially happening. And I just have to think, if somebody may have intervened at a young age and took control of this boy's eating, there might have been a change somewhere. And the other thing is, I like to give the state a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. It sounds like they really worked with this mom, but this is an extreme situation. 200 plus pounds on an 8-year-old is insane. I'm sorry. There is no excuse whatsoever for that. None. I know I was a big kid. And I hit 200 pounds at probably 7th grade. So that would make me what? 8th grade, 8 years old, you're in 2nd grade. So, that's a huge difference. A boy, any child at 8 years old on a sleep apnea machine, that is a medical condition. Sleep apnea will kill you. Ask Reggie White. Ask anyone who's been on The Biggest Loser. That's one thing, they don't show a lot on TV, but we are all tested for sleep apnea. We are all encouraged to use our machines, and they'll tell you, sleep apnea will take you out of here just as quick as a heart attack or a stroke. Sleep apnea is no joke. You got to understand what sleep apnea is. That means you are actually losing breath when you sleep. You are not breathing for a certain amount of time. I see many posts about, the kid didn't have any underlying conditions. Bull crap. Bull crap. A kid 8 years old over 200 pounds, there are serious medical issues. Okay? What happens if nobody steps in? It's a scary thought. It's a scary thought. And here's the other thing I don't understand. What parent in their right mind, knowing that your child could potentially be taken away, wouldn't do everything in their power to make sure that that child stayed on a strict regimen? Now keep in mind, guys, to maintain 200 plus pounds on an 8-year-old, that kid has to be consuming a massive amount of calories per day. Massive amount of calories per day. If the kid is not doing the grocery shopping, he's not doing the cooking, you cannot tell me he's getting, extra food from his siblings. Well, where is he getting his food from his siblings from? Do the siblings do the cooking? Do the siblings do the shopping? This stuff cannot be in the household. This is no different than slowly killing your child through not feeding him. It's actually worse. It's actually worse because the stigma that this poor kid is going to have to live with, and that, again, is a whole nother subject. The stigma that this kid's going to have to live with at 200 pounds at 8 years old. That's a whole nother subject. So, me personally, I hope the state did everything in its power. And the article was, it's a headline grabber, but if you read it all the way through, this is a mother who is educated, has some means, and she was getting plenty of help. All right, the boy started to lose weight. Well, I know he started to lose weight, and they probably got off track. The mom admitted herself she's overweight herself. Most of her family is. But, you know, that's no excuse. That's no excuse. You know, I bet you if you ask the father of my family friend if, and you know what, I think I'm going to ask him. But I think if you would ask him, if somebody would have intervened when your boy was 8 years old and it would have saved him from becoming 700 pounds, would you want that? Ask yourself really, what is worse? Slowly killing this boy, because that's what's happening. Slowly killing this boy, or stepping in, making the necessary changes, and giving this boy a fighting chance. Because folks, I'm telling you, 8 years old at over 200 pounds, it's just a matter of time before he's another statistic. And we're burying that boy. You know, it's definitely a much broader subject that needs to be broached. You know, the affordability of proper eating. But we as parents and as society, as Americans, is we have to stop. Pull back a minute. Maybe give up some of the luxuries we do have, so you don't have to work the 2 jobs. Okay? Do you have cable? You know, do you have a cell phone? Do you have a lot of these luxuries that we think are necessities? Are you getting my point? There's no excuse to say, oh, it costs too much to eat healthy. You cannot put a price on your life. Trust me, nobody knows that more than me. You have to do what it takes to make that change. And when your child is involved, it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. So that's my opinion on this, folks, is, hey, something has to be done with this child. You know, he's slowly killing this child. I mean, think about it. This hits home. You know, this 17-year-old I'm talking about, he's 700 pounds now. He has to sleep with a machine. I'll be honest. You know, I get back from the show and his dad wanted me to come and talk to him, and I go up the stairs and he's laying in bed with the machine on. You know, breathing machines, and you know, I'm looking at a 17-year-old kid, and I broke down. I mean, I had tears in my eyes, and it's like I told his dad, it's not so much even about, you know, the boy anymore. Is you as his father have to do everything in your power. He's still not cooking. He's still not. I mean, he's still not shopping. He's still not cooking. It's up to you now. And I will say they are making that change as a family, but I'm afraid it may be too late. So intervention, while as hard as it may be this boy's only option. Have a good day, guys.